Today we're going to talk about dogs that pull. So if you've got a puller, a dog that pulls for whatever reason, there are a number of different devices you can use to try to essentially impair their ability to pull well. So it can give you some greater leverage over what they're doing. And today we're using a gentle leader. We're trying a gentle leader on a dog to see if it helps with his pulling. And there are, as I said, a number of different devices that you can use. Some are body harnesses, and they have a front clip often that can help kind of just make pulling less easy to do. If you've got a harness, a lot of harnesses these days are made with a spot on the front that you can clip to. Roughwear has a really popular harness that I actually really do like. Their front clip area is a little low for the anti-pull to really work well. Some of the harnesses that were specifically designed for sort of an anti-pull that have this front clip area, you can also clip it to their D-ring on their regular flat collar that goes around their neck to really improve it, because when it sits a little higher, it tends to work better. The gentle leader works in a real similar way because it attaches just like a horse halter, just like a halter on a horse, where you attach it up top, and it's hard to be a puller when you can kind of slow them down that way. So we have some leverage over what they're doing, and so we can check and see how this works with Butters today and see if it helps with his pulling today. So this is a gentle leader, and depending on how it comes to you, it can kind of be set in a few different ways. And I just want to show how to set it so it's correct before you put it on your dog. So this is set correct, where the loop is coming out of this metal piece here to the two pieces are going through that, both sides of that post in the middle. Sometimes when you get them out, they look more like this. And any tension on this just kind of pulls that down, which is totally fine. Sometimes, though, when we go to put them on, you'll kind of bring it like that, or it'll end up looking like that. And if you go to put it on your dog that way, it's not going to fit as well, and it's probably going to be a little bit less comfortable for your dog, and it just won't work as well. So the fix for this is these have a really nice kind of comfortable strap right here. The fix for this is to feed that back through into that and pull that back all the way through, and now you got it right again. So you can see how this part can nicely slip like that, and the entire comfortable nose loop is up and out of this bracket here. And then you can put it on your dog by kind of popping it over his nose first, and then kind of going around the back of the ears and clipping it. In fitting these, the first thing I like to fit is this part, just to make sure that's comfortable for him. And it probably is close because you already did that, so let's check. Hey, I'm just going to check. So it needs to be a little tighter. And I usually will take it off. Hang on, you know, I'll tighten. Whoa, careful, bud. I'll tighten it up like this, and then we'll try it again. Okay, good. What we want is that we don't want it to be tight, uncomfortable tight, but we want it to we don't want it to come over that occipital bone right there. I'm gonna do a little bit more, but oh, bud, you're just flying off the ground.
Letting you go when you jump.
He's like, I know I'm already on a walk, but that thing makes me think we should go for a walk. You're already on a walk. Yeah. Okay, that's pretty good. See, it's still got plenty of play, but that's not going to come off.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And then with this one, you want the clamp set so this is on his nose, but it can't easily pop off the front of his nose. So we'll check that once it's on and kind of adjust as needed. We don't want it too tight. We don't want it, let's say, unnecessarily tight, because it doesn't have to be ratcheted down. Yeah. We'll see how it is. So I usually kind of try to put it on like this. You kind of hold it like, I don't know, like a butterfly or something. Just because you can kind of go, good. You can pop it on his nose like that, and then come right around like that. The back of his ears, and then clip. And then we'll check it. Good boy. Pretty good. Pretty good. And then it just attaches right at the base there. Good. Good. Good boy. And it's a pretty color too. So for this to work, you know, well, just like you have it, you want the leash kind of coming off toward you off of where it is, off where it's clipped. So if he kind of ends up on the other side of you and it's okay for him to be there, or, you know, say he, I don't know, chases something, just kind of get the leash coming back to you on the inside.
Can we walk a little bit?
Yeah. way better.
So leash is loose.
Yeah, you give him a little leeway and he's going to take it. There's a few ways to think about these harnesses, any harness really. Even if you know the marketing material says no pull on it, they don't really prevent pulling. They just impair it somewhat, let's say.
Right.
Like they don't make it go away, but they allow for they kind of cause pulling to be less easy, and that's kind of all they really do.
Should they let him go on the longer leash?
It's kind of up to you, you know.
See what happens.
You can kind of have it both ways. You can let him have some slack if you want to, and you can kind of get him back to your side if you like that too, when you need to, like if you're kind of moving around stuff. He's like, guys, I like my nose back. But he looks pretty good, you know, and he'll very likely get more used to that. He doesn't seem to be too frustrated with it. Yeah. But I like these because it's a little frustrating. But I like them because it's kind of the best no-pull harness that you can really find. And one of the things I like about it, oh yeah, he still needs some time to get used to it. He's like, I want the free rein I had. So there's ways to kind of work with them to kind of help them essentially habituate to it and even maybe like it a little bit.
I think if I keep him on a short leash,
Yeah, he does better.
it does better.
Yep.
If I put him on a long leash, he gets frustrated.
Yeah, his brain kind of starts to get captivated by the rest of the environment, and then it starts to frustrate him because he can't explore, you know, like he loves doing.
Yeah.
So, but you can kind of work with this over time so he can kind of realize, there's a way they get to realize they can kind of do the same kind of thing they like doing, just not all the time maybe. So they don't really feel like it's that much of it, as big of a hindrance like it feels like right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, but they're great for, like, you know, if you're in kind of close quarters and he gets a little excited or even gets a little uncomfortable with another dog and he starts to rev up a little bit. I like them because you can use it to turn him real easily.
Yeah.
Like you can just turn him in a little semicircle and just kind of go the other direction. And if you needed to really, if you really got revved up, you can kind of just bring your hand a little low and kind of turn, and it's real easy to kind of get out of a difficult sort of situation where it might be too hard for him. Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Good job.
Pretty good, bud.
Not the worst.
Not the worst.
You've seen the worst.
Yeah. Keep an eye, like some dogs will kind of reach down if that dangly part is a little too long and then get their mouth on it and cut right through it.
Okay.
So just kind of watch him as he's getting used to it so that you see if he's trying to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Good job, buddy. Good. You're good.
Good boy.
Well done. Yeah. And these things are pretty tough. I've never had one fail on me ever.
Okay.
And they don't really slip either. Like you shouldn't have to really readjust it. It should stay right where it is.
Yeah, the only issue we've had is he gets his paw up there and he'll get it off.
Yeah, he can kind of throw it off his
But
nose,
at
yeah.
least it still stays here, so he's
Yeah.
not loose.
Exactly, you got him.
Yeah.
Good boy. But if he does, you know, get excited or say reactive towards something, what I usually do is just kind of choke up lower, and then you just kind of guide him out.
Okay.
It's one of the things about these that I really do like.
Okay.
It helps with that kind of management and kind of recovery from an episode like that really well.
Okay.
Yep. And it helps you kind of get away from the thing that might be bugging him.
Okay.
You know, if you kind of got sucked in too far, you know, or something surprises you or something like that. Okay, so the gentle leader really seems to be helping Butters. He's not pulling as much, and he's walking really nicely at our side when we walk him now, and that's wonderful. He's still getting used to it, but it takes some time to get used to sometimes for some dogs, and he's doing really well already. So if you're interested in trying a gentle leader, there's a link below for Amazon, so you can check them out there. And it's great because it supports the channel. And give it a try and let us know how it went for you.